Am I the a-hole for kicking my own brother out of my wedding after he straight up mocked my vows in front of everyone? I'm a 32-year-old guy, and my brother, 28M, has always been the funny one in the family. The kind of guy who thinks every situation is improved with a joke, even the serious ones. He was the class clown growing up, the guy who interrupts speeches at dinner, the guy who thinks roasting people is his personality. I've always tolerated it because he's my younger brother, and I figured most of his behavior came from immaturity. But I never imagined he would pull something at my wedding. My wife and I decided to write our own vows. She was nervous about it, and honestly I was too, but we both felt like it would make the ceremony more meaningful. The morning of the wedding, everything was going smoothly, well, as smoothly as weddings can go. My brother wasn't in the wedding party, but he'd been invited to sit up front with immediate family. We didn't ask him to be a groomsman for a reason. He has a history of taking attention away from big moments. He sulked when I chose my best friend as best man, but he acted like he got over it. Turns out he didn't. During the ceremony, I went first with vows. I poured my heart out. I talked about how my wife stood by me when I lost my job, how she supported my career change, how she sees the parts of me I've never shown anyone. I wasn't trying to be dramatic, just honest. But right as I finished and the officiant nodded for her to begin, my brother loudly said, "Wait, let me add something." Everyone froze, thinking maybe he was about to congratulate us or give a blessing or something. But no. He stood up, walked toward us, grabbed the microphone from the officiant, and started fake crying. I mean over the top, exaggerated sobbing. Then he started saying garbage like, "I remember when he said he'd never find anyone who could tolerate him, and we all know she's doing charity work marrying this guy, and don't worry, if he messes up, I'll take his place in a heartbeat, she's too hot for him anyway." People laughed, awkwardly at first. Some of my cousins cracked up because they think he's hilarious. My mother covered her face. My wife's parents looked furious. My wife was frozen, staring straight ahead like she didn't know what planet she was standing on. I could feel heat rising up my neck. It didn't feel like a joke. It felt like humiliation, like he waited for the one moment I was vulnerable to make himself the center of attention. I walked over, took the mic out of his hand, and told him to leave. He laughed and tried saying, "Relax, it's just a joke." But I told him again, this time not quietly, "Leave. Now." He tried arguing. My dad stepped in, grabbed his arm, and physically escorted him out because my brother was still insisting he didn't do anything wrong. My mother followed, yelling at both of us. The ceremony continued, but the mood was completely different. My wife managed to give her vows, but I could tell she was shaken. The reception was tense. Half my family said I overreacted. The other half said my brother embarrassed me on purpose. My wife said she supported me 100%, but I could see the sadness in her eyes, that our perfect day had been stained. The next morning, my phone blew up with texts from my parents accusing me of ruining the wedding with drama and humiliating your own brother in public. They said he was just nervous and trying to lighten the mood. To make matters worse, my brother posted a story on Instagram saying, "When your own brother kicks you out for being funnier than him," with laughing emojis. I was done. I blocked him everywhere and didn't respond to my parents for days. But then the twist came. A cousin of mine, who's close with my brother, texted me privately. She said my brother had spent weeks complaining that he wasn't the best man. He felt disrespected and undervalued, and he apparently said multiple times, "If he's not gonna let me stand up there with him, I'll make sure I'm remembered anyway." So it wasn't a joke. It wasn't nerves. It was revenge. He humiliated me intentionally because he was jealous. When I confronted my parents and told them everything my cousin shared, they tried to brush it off as he didn't mean it like that. But I told them I wasn't interested in being gaslit to protect my brother's ego. My wife said she never wants him at our house again, and honestly, I agree. Some family members still say I overreacted, but more of them have started admitting that what he did was messed up once they saw the Instagram story and heard his jealousy rant. I'm left feeling guilty because I never imagined I'd start my marriage with family drama like this, but at the same time, I don't know what else I could have done. My brother turned my vows, one of the most meaningful moments of my life, into his stand-up routine because he wasn't the center of attention. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole for kicking him out?